way that they feel picked up where they are exactly in their digital environments. And I think this is the background out of which we are executing and operating. Coming to my first point, human-machine interaction. You may remember some time ago we published at Springer a book called Lithium-ion batteries. Maybe you heard of that. And that was the first entirely machine-generated book. Yeah. And basically a machine-generated literature overview of the current state of lithium-ion batteries research. That book was done on the basis of a tool that we've built which allows users to automatically generate literature overviews with automatic generation of table of contents and clustering the most relevant research content, and then automatically summarizing the content, which makes it readable. So readers understand what has been already published. Authors get an idea which areas they could address and write about. So I think such tool is a nice example of a human-machine interaction, because it's not just a push-button functionality. It's really working together with that tool, and I think really that relates, of course, to the book Digital Anatomy, because it's published in the series of human-computer interaction. Yeah? So I think that's the connection, and I think digital education will become more and more human-machine interaction. That's what I think. For me, it's a good example how to combine knowledge creation, knowledge consumption, and then also knowledge application. I think that's a nice cycle we should look in. And we have been conducting a lot of user research, and which indicated that for many learners, but then also for many teachers who are putting together scholarly material, this is very helpful. And clearly, we have also started to provide students and researchers auto-generated literature overviews and summaries as an author service, and we are in the process of collecting useful feedback. But books are much more than just text and images on pages. We are increasingly combining books with other media, video, audio, flashcards, online courses, other documents, slides, extra material, programming code, three-dimensional objects, immersive virtual reality. Yeah? And here's, I think, the second major theme that I would like to touch on, which is the core of what I think the future of digital education, which I indicate as simply connecting. Yeah? The book, I think the book in itself will continue to be the trusted, robust, and sustainable basis for knowledge, which as a long-form content, allows also deep understanding, reflection, and debate. I think that is really very much at the basis of what we offer with books. But then combining it with a wide variety of adjacent media, video, audio, virtual reality, to enrich, to learn, to connect with, to train, to apply, and then also reuse that knowledge in practice. And whether we then say book with video, book with an online course, or book with a virtual reality, or we turn it around and then say, here's an online course and it comes with a book, here's virtual reality and it comes with a book. I think that's a secondary question. That's basically the user who ultimately decides which way. And I think this concept of digital scholarly education that's the reason why we focus on the seamless integration of all the various content types and redefine the book by integration. Accessibility, I think that's important, no matter whether text, video, audio, or the other interactive content types. I'm giving you a couple of examples. Many of our books now have streaming video, audio, seamlessly integrated on our content platform, Springer Link, which I guess you know. And we are not forgetting print books. Because we have a so-called More Media app that we developed, where you can access the additional content on your mobile device. And I think that's a great example of augmented material, which you also highlight in the book. When I talk about video and audio, that's clearly both learning material, but it's also interviews, authors explain what the book is about, what they want to achieve, and what problem do they solve. We do books with flashcards, which is a digital question and answer solution, both via web browser but then also mobile device. I think also that is a great interactive micro-learning solution that allows for effective preparation for exams, and I come to that in a second. Also here, video, audio, illustrations in addition. We do books with where the learners have access to the online course and vice versa. And then, and I guess that connects very nicely to today's event, we publish a number of books that connect to virtual reality training. Yeah? And I guess that is just the start of what we're doing, because your book is basically telling us where the opportunities lie. Yeah? So thanks a lot also for that. I come to the last point, which is, I said there are three major themes in the future of digital education. That was just with the connection, combining the various media types according to the specific needs. The third theme is personalization. And let me share with you one of the services we are currently developing. Basically a little bit of sneak preview into our development labs, so to say. We are continuously doing user research, and I think often it's the findings that are a little bit obvious, that are some way you think, okay, I knew that. Students have limited time and limited money. Students want to pass their exam. Yeah? Students learn with their own lecture notes, specifically if there are no scripts available. And that is a reality that we know. So what we are currently doing is developing a content discovery tool for students. Internally we call that, but that's just a provisional name, Scriptinator. And it's one of the ways for us to understand and drive the transition to digital learning solutions. The tool is based on a quite simple document upload, such as your lecture notes, then algorithm define, identify relevant keywords, glossary, and connect with relevant content. There's some mouse over highlighting, additional book chapter recommendations, and what we would like to engineer into that tool is is a solution that allows students also to download, share, and then also reuse with their peer groups. And often these peer groups are digital peer groups, and I think also we have to cater towards these experiences. And I think this is really what we want to achieve, and provide learners a personalized learning experience and personalized learning material. Beta version is in progress, so bear with us. I think the go-to-market will be next year, and we are in the process of training machine learning model integrate with other media. Let me finish. I like the book Digital Anatomy very much, because it also, I think, highlighting in a bit of a different form as I do it here, the three themes that I just outlined: human-machine interaction, connecting media types, and that means different types of user experiences according to specific user needs. And then finally, personalization. Make it such that it responds to individual learning and training experience. And I think with that I close my short speech, and I'm looking forward to the further conversation of today. Thank you.